Now we are going to be finding what we call the angle between a flat surface and any point that has been projected. An example we can find is that whenever they are putting electric poles, those who know the electric poles, you'll note that electric pole is always put onto a flat, is always put into soil. And always there is something that is inclined on it for extra support. Now, we are going to look at how do they calculate the angle at which this wire that is supporting the pole must be elevated to. When you look at the houses, when they are constructing, when you look at the roof, always the roof must always be inclined at a given angle. So we are going to look at how do we calculate this angle at which most of these surfaces are inclined. Remember, always they must first have a flat surface, and then after they make the woods such that they are inclined at a given angle. So today in our lesson, our focus is going to be how do we calculate these angles at which those roofs are always elevated. In case they are putting in electric poles or any other thing, always they must have that support, but always it is inclined at an angle, and not all angles can work. So you'll find that when it comes to building or houses, those roofs can't be elevated at an angle beyond 60. Because once it is above 60, it means that you may not achieve your intended object, much as it can be possible. But now there you look at how you are going to collect water, so you may not be in position to collect water. Another thing is that when you elevate it at a very big angle, that water, when it is coming from the roof, can easily enter into the halls of the house. So that's what we are going to be looking at. So I ask you now to write and take notes. Okay, Hunter, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to slow down. Okay. When you finish, you can let me know. Oh, okay. Okay, someone is asking what do we call an angle of elevation? Yes, when you were looking at trigonometry 1, you looked at what you call uh, angle of elevation and angle of depression. Whenever you look at things that are up, whenever you use your eyes, when you're using your eye and you look at something up, the angle at which you use to look at things up, let me see, when you look at the ceiling in your home now, you are going to look like this. This is your eye, and you are going to look up like this. So this angle at which you look at things up is what we call the angle of elevation. And then when you look down at the floor, the angle you use to look down is what you call the angle of depression. So elevation means putting something at an angle, but when it is raised. In simple terms, it means like raising something. That is what you call the angle of elevation. Then those who have just come in, we have said when we talk about, when you say angle of up, Yeah, actually, that one is like the normal English. But since we want to use a lot of mathematics, that's why we call it the angle of elevation. But now for you, for your own understanding, we just know that's when I look up. Then those who have just come in, we started with saying that we have what we call a plane. So this thing you are not seeing as a green is like a field. A field is a flat surface. So a flat surface mathematically, when it is in 2 dimensions, is what we call a plane. So whenever someone talks about a plane in mathematics, just know that that surface is a flat surface and it has 2 directions, either x, y, or it has 2 dimensions, length and width. Okay. Let me hope now we have finished. Those who can't hear.
Mr. Kaziba, they are complaining that your volume is low.
My volume. Let me just check whether actually my volume is to maximum. Probably that is from their side. Okay, but I'm going to increase on my voice, no problem. Okay. Okay, please, when you finish, you let me know. So where do we apply this topic? Mainly when it comes to construction. And when it comes to construction, this topic is very applicable. But also when it comes to designing of materials, we can as well use it. Even when it comes to photography, we can as well use it. When it comes to designing, we can as well use it. So it has a lot of application in daily life. So today we are going to look at the basics, and then we shall as well find the time and look at now the word problems. Okay, but I think people have finished. We can now start. Now, hope the question is there. Now we are going to start with this question, and then we are going to build on from there. So at times they may give you the figure when it is drawn, but at times they may ask you to draw it yourself. So whenever they tell you to draw it yourself, it means that you need to look at how the letters have been given, like the lines. When it is AB, put it there. But in case they are very lenient, they will always have for you the line drawn to you. Now, last time, I remember we looked at how we find the length of SC. And we said that always the first thing you have to do, go to your diagram, look out for that particular line that they want, which is SC. And we said that join it, you can use dotted lines or you can use anything. Even if you use bold line, there is no problem. So since they want us to get the length of SC, I'll come where there is A, I join it to where there is C. And then afterwards, I look out for what figure am I forming. When you look at our figure down, which is a rectangle, you are not seeing that we have A here, we have B, we have C, and we have D. From A to B, we have 8 centimeters, and from B to C, we have 6 centimeters. Since we are interested in finding SC, you can use any triangle of your choice. Some of you can decide that I want to come and I use this triangle like this. It is very okay. Others can say, I want to use this triangle here. It is very okay. As long as that triangle you are using, it is connecting you to SC. And we say that the triangle we are forming here is a right-angled triangle. And being that is a right-angled triangle, we say now we apply the Pythagoras theorem. So I'm going to invite everyone now, apply your Pythagoras theorem and obtain for us what is your A to C. So here you have 8 centimeters and we have 6 centimeters. This question is going to be a continuation. So let me ask everyone to find SC. Okay. Charity is saying 10, user is saying 10, treasure is saying 10. Okay. A stylist is saying 10. Okay. Please, the rest also confirm. that you are getting 10. Confirm that you are getting 10. Anyone getting 10, just know you are on track. If you are getting 10, just know you're on track. If you are getting 10, that is good. And if that's what we have, we can. Jemima, are you getting 10? I think many of you are getting 10. Many of you are getting 10. And we can be good to go. Hope everyone is getting 10. Okay, okay. So if we are getting 10, okay, I think looking through the chat, everyone is getting, oh, except Gloria, who is getting 11. Gloria, could it be a mistake? Yes, Liz.
Teachers, just kindly saying, asking that is the formula S squared plus B squared equals to C squared?
Hmm. Yes, that is the formula. But like Liz, we said that now once you have letters already given, here I want us always to relate that formula of the Pythagorean theorem to the letters you have, something like this. And then you say A to B is 8 squared plus 6 squared. And then you continue and say this is 64 plus 36, which is your S squared. And therefore our SC will equal to square root of 100, and our SC will equal to 10 centimeters. So that's how we are getting there.
Teacher, sorry for interruption, but in the chat, Claire is asking that is it possible to use the formula of finding length of diagonals?
Length of diagonals. Okay, Claire, can you unmute?
Yes.
Yes, let her unmute and first shares with us that formula. Yes, Claire? Oh, I don't know whether she's talking about the
I've
one of,
asked her.
yes. I don't know whether Ruth, she's talking about the one of
I
what?
have D1. I have D1, D2. Is it that one? I don't know. I think it's the one she's asking. I don't know if it also gives an.
Yes.
Claire, you're unmuted. Please speak.
The one I'm asking is when we are looking at the exterior angles, the interior angles, all that stuff, we got a formula for diagonals. That I've forgotten it. Though all I can remember is somewhere we divide by 3.
Oh, okay. Now that one cannot work here. So you cannot use it here. Yes, but yes. So here the one that works well is the one of what? The one of yes. And whenever, in fact, even when you have a rectangle, the diagonals for the rectangles, still it is the Pythagorean theorem that we use. That 1/3 cannot be applied for a rectangle.
Okay.
Okay. We go to the next part. This is part 2. I'm going to remove. Yes, Ruth, we can have jelly marks.
If his hand is really up, there is any particular question, I think he can type or she can type in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Still, even for this number, dear members, we do the same. First, connect your A to F. So I'll come where there is A, I connect it to F. like that. Then after I extract the figure I'm forming. So when you look at AF, you are noticing that I can come like this, and then I come like this. So in other words, you are forming a figure whereby you have C, you have F, and straight here, you are having A, and you have something like this. And you want to obtain what is A to F. Now, what is the tricky thing here you need to remember is that already you have F to C, which is 5 centimeters. But do we have A to C? If yes, I think that is what we have just obtained as 10. So still, this is a right-angled triangle. Apply your Pythagoras theorem and come up with A to F. So let us try, everyone. I think members. Yes, Jerry Max. Jerry Max, unmute.
1.8. It's 11.2.
Oh, 11.2. Okay, good, good. Okay, thank you. That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Yes, the person who is asking 10, 10, we obtained it in the first number that we attempted, the first part. That's where we obtained our 10 from. Okay, so that is very good. And everyone, let me hope you have done A to F squared is equal to SC squared plus FC squared. Now, what I'm going to ask you is that whenever you are dealing with these things that involve decimal places, if they have not specified, make sure you write your answer to at least 2 decimal places. But in case they specify, then you can go on and write to the number of decimal places that have been asked to you. But in case they have not specified, then make sure you write to at least 2 decimal places such that you do not miss out the accuracy. Because the more you round off, the more you go or you divert away from the answer. So someone who is writing 11.18, you are very correct. Yeah. Anyone who has written 11.2, also you are correct. But your level of accuracy is you're a bit away, but is also correct. But whenever they don't, always make sure you write to at least 2 decimal places. But when you write 3 and more, that one is also very okay. Then, is it correct to leave the answer in sad form? The answer is no. Yes, you only leave it in sad form when the question has asked. But if they have not asked, do not leave it in the sad form. Yes. Don't leave it in sad form unless the question has asked. You have to go on and simplify. Okay. Now, this is where our lesson is. And this is the part that I want you now to understand more. And what are we going to do? Now, I want you to look at the diagram. I'm going to use animations. we are finding the angle between A to F. It makes with a plane ABCD. We say that for any figure, when you look at this figure, we have very many planes. So let me ask you in the chat, everyone, when I want you to look at this rectangle, me, I have only mentioned ABCD. I want you to mention any other plane you can be able to see there. So those who have just come, we say the plane means a flat surface. So just mention it must be a plane in 2 dimensions. Yes, not a line, a plane, meaning that I expect you to write to four letters. So just mention in the chat that I'm seeing this. Someone has mentioned ADHE. Good. HGEF. Yes. EFGH. Yes. FBH. Okay. At least now I'm sure. Yes, that is very okay. So when they're asking you to find angles, they can ask you to find using any plane of their choice. So for you always, you need to pay attention to the question. Which kind of plane do they want? So you don't just wake up and say, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use no. Now, what do we do? Since they want the angle between A to F, I want you to look at my figure. When you look at this figure I have drawn here, when you look at it very well, you can easily notice that this is my A, this is my B, this is my C, and this is my D. So this is the plane they are talking about. And what is A to F? Now, this line of mine, this line is coming from A, just because my figure is a bit big. This is where my A is. And where am I? I'm going, this point here is my F. That is my F. So when they ask us the angle it makes with the plane, I want you to observe how that line is going to move. So it's like you are dropping something from F to meet the surface, to meet the flat surface. So that's how I'm going to drop it. Yes. So what I drop is what forms my angle. Hope everyone has seen how I have dropped. Let me go back and I show you. So when you are dropping, when you draw your line A to F, then after be like you are dropping it and see how does it meet the plane surface. So I'm dropping it again. That is the line, I've dropped it. So when I drop it, the angle that line forms with the flat surface is what is the angle they are looking for. So meaning that when I come back to my diagram here, I'm going to join A to F like that. Now the angle formed is this angle here. So I'll come, I draw like this. So here I have A, F, and here I have C. So my task now is to find out, do I have F to C? That yes, it is 5 centimeters. Do I have A to C? That yes, it is 10 centimeters. So can I find the angle? That yes. Can we try? And in case you have not understood, let me know. But in case we have understood, we can just say yes in the chat. Have we understood? Okay, people are saying, pardon. Okay, one person say, okay. I repeat. I'm going to repeat for people. But those who have understood, let us go and find the angle. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that when we are finding the angle, because the question wants you to find the angle between AF with the flat surface. So first draw your flat surface. After drawing that flat surface, look out for the line, how that line is inclined, the way it is. That line of our AF, when you try to look at it, it is a line from A going to F. So what happens? For you, you drop it, you leave it to fall. Now the angle it forms, like I have left it to fall. So when you look at it, when it falls and it meets this plane surface, it forms an angle. So that angle is what they're interested in. So when you join A to F, you are going to form an angle at that point, at A. For this, like when I come back here, it is the angle I'm forming at this point. So this angle here, which is now equivalent to this angle here, is my angle, which I'm calling theta. So it's the angle they want you to find out what is it. So you go back to your trigonometry. You know where your angle faces is what we always call the opposite. Where the angle sits, we call it the adjacent. And then you need to remember your trigonometry that I have so, ka, toa. So members, what are we going to use? If I have opposite and adjacent, what do you use to obtain the angle? Tan, tan, okay, okay, good. So now I'll come and I say tan of theta is equal to my opposite out of adjacent. Then I ask, what is my opposite? My opposite is 5, adjacent is 10. That is tan theta. Now, what am I going to do? Find out what is theta. But first deal with what you have on your right. So you not place your calculator and say tan 5 out of 10 is 0.5. So to get theta, I'll say theta is equal to tan inverse of 0.5. Now you place your calculators. So you go, you place shift, place tan. So in your calculator, when you look at the extreme left upper corner, that button is shift. Then you look at the right corner, the right in the middle, there is tan. And therefore you place 0.5. So your calculator should give you a negative somewhere. And then you place 0.5. So you'll find that your answer is 26.565. And therefore to one decimal place, because we know that angles will write to one decimal place, I write 60 degrees. And now I'll stop at that point. Kindly let me know whether we're on the same page. Okay, good, Chisache. Good. I think members are there. How is SC 10 centimeters? How is SC 10? Now, the person asking, we are building, RT, we are building. When you look at your surface, this is our surface. We have A, we have B, we have C, and we have D. From A to B, you have 8 centimeters. B to C, you have 6 centimeters. So to obtain A to C, you use Pythagoras theorem. So you go back and say A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So you say 8 squared plus 6 squared is equal to C squared. This is 64 plus 36 is equal to C squared. 64 plus 36 is 100 is equal to C squared. Get a root, get a root. So you'll find that your C is equal to 10. But we had calculated it in the first part. So that's why I didn't repeat it to calculate. Okay, I think we are good to go. Okay. We are going to go to the another part. Please, we are not drawing. Don't draw. There's no need for you to draw. It is the same diagram. I just separated it. Now, our question here, we are looking at two plane surfaces. Like you mentioned earlier on, that we have very many planes. What about when we have more than 2 planes? Now, your task always first identify which planes are those that they are talking about. After you identifying the planes, then you are going to come. Still allow me to use, I'm going to use still animations. So you check well. I'm going to first, since they want with the base ABCD, I'm going to first draw my base. So that is my base. I'm going to label it. So you look, pay attention. That is my A, that is my B, that is my C, and that's my B. Members, are we in the same line? Are we there all together? Okay. Okay. Good. Now that is the first one. Now I'm going to draw the second one, which is BHEC. Look very well. I'm drawing it. I've drawn it. And now let me label it. B is already there, C is already there. So that's where I'm going now to label my H. That is my H, and that's my E. Now, when you look at it very well, members, I want you to look carefully and see that when those two planes meet, they are forming actually some angle. So, now which angle am I going to form? Members, I want you to type in the chat whether you have picked that. Just say I have picked how to come up with that. You just say yes, yes. I want to find out whether we're on the same page before we dive into calculations. Oh, Mercy. Okay. Okay. No, no, some people have not. Okay, okay. I go back. I go back. Now, what is important? We first draw our plane surface. What do we want? Here we want to find we want to find the angle between this surface, the plane surface, which is B, H is here, E is here, C is here. That is our plane. And we want to find out which angle does it form when they meet with ABCD. You get A is here, B is here, C is here, and D is here. So you want to form, like I want you, those who are at home, I want you to get one book. When you get one book and you incline another book, let me first draw this and you try it at home. In fact, get just two books at home and form for me something of that nature. Get one book, put it like down, and get another book and incline it at an angle. So when you get two books and you incline it at another angle, this is the figure you come up with. So what is going to happen? I'm labeling. That is H and that is E. So when you try to compare to this diagram here that I'm drawing, H is here, H is here. E is here, E is here. Now you're asking yourself, when I have this blue plane and I have this plane, I don't know, maybe I would have used another color for this plane. When you have those two planes, when they meet, you are noticing that they are forming some angle at the point of inclination. When they are inclined together, they are forming some angle. Now, this angle they form is what the question wants you to find. So let me first pick that hand from Ezra. Yes, Ezra. Oh, I think Ezra, you can't hear us. You don't have a microphone. Okay, so now that is the angle you want to find. So now how do we find it? Now you come and you draw a right angled triangle. So you come at that point and you draw a right angled triangle. So that is the one I'm drawing. So that angle they are inclined in is what we are going to find out. What is that angle? So that angle we are finding out is what we call the angle of inclination between the two planes. In simple terms or in other terms, let me first move this. In other terms, what it means that now I'm going to come where let me pick my pen. So we are going to come and draw something. Oh, sorry. So this angle here is what we are going to find. And how do we find it? Okay. So we are going to find that angle. So I'll come here, I join like that. I join down here to this surface. I draw something like this. So in simple terms, I'm going to have this. I have this. I have this. So your task is to find out this angle, which we are calling theta. So you are not saying that this one here is your height. When you draw like this down and you join, this is your height. And looking at our figure, the height is this down, which is equivalent. You notice the height is 5 centimeters. So this is 5 centimeters. When you look at the distance from here up to here, this distance is 8. So here I'll have 8 centimeters. And therefore, I can go on and I find my angle. Members, let me know whether you have understood. Just put in the chat, yes. Okay, Treasure has understood. Understood now. Okay. 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 We are going to do more. We are going to do more numbers. Yes, it is a bit tricky, but you need to understand what you call a plane. Like those people have told you, when you get a book, when you get a book like this and get another book like that, that's what it means, that you have this plane and another plane. So which angle do they form here is what we are looking for. So in order for us to get theta, I'll know this side is opposite and this side is adjacent. So to find it, I'll say tan of theta is equal to opposite out of adjacent. Max was asking, why don't we use sine? Why don't we use cos and the rest? Cos requires us to have the hypotenuse. So meaning if you want to use them, first find the hypotenuse of that figure. So I'll have tan theta is equal to opposite, which is 5 out of 8. Now, my emphasis is going to be here. When I have 5 out of 8, your calculator will give you 0.625. Please write the whole thing. Avoid determinating the decimals before you reach the final answer. In case the decimal is a recurring number, a recurring decimal, make sure you write to at least 4 decimal places for such that you can be very accurate. And therefore, you say theta is tan inverse of 0.625. And therefore, you end up with your. So my answer I'm getting is 32.005. And when you write 1 decimal place, it's approximately equal to 32 degrees. Okay, members, I know it is a bit tricky. Okay, Angel is saying repeat. Okay, 32. A, D, E. Oh, why didn't we stop at D? No, because here now they specified the kind of plane they wanted. Remember, we have different planes. So here we always, Angel will look at the plane they wanted. So they wanted, when you look at the question, wanted B, H is C, and A, B, C, D. So those are the 2 you have to use. You don't use any. Yes, 32 is okay. 32 members is okay. Okay, even 32.01. Okay, I think some members have not. Okay, maybe we can get 1 member who has not understood, and then you tell us probably where you are getting confused. In case you have not understood, raise up your hand, and then you can share with us. Probably you can be able to help. Just raise up the hand, those who have not understood. Okay, yes, Kim. One of you can unmute or hand.
Okay, so I kind of left the lesson, like I was disconnected and I came back. That was when you were working on finding this something of the slope. And I even joined the lesson a bit late. So if you could just repeat the explanation, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Hunter.
Okay, it was also the same issue, but just to repeat this part on where I found you saying tan is equal to opposite out of adjacent, by 5 out of 8.
Okay. Fikat Kaboom.
Yes, Master, also me, it was connection problem. I was disconnected then. When I was connected back, I found you guys on this other thing. So I didn't get the steps clearly.
Okay. I'm going to, okay, just a minute. Now, those 4 have just come in. Like we have said that when you talk about a plane means a flat surface. Like when you get your book, this is what a book, and you get another book, a black book, and you incline it like this. You incline those 2 books. Even if you just get your hands, you get one hand, you put it on another hand to form an angle. You will notice that the figure you are forming is going to be like this. And since here they want us to find this plane, how this plane is inclined, the angle they form, what you are going to do, now I'm going to use another approach. What you are going to do, I want you to always look at the slope, what they wanted. They wanted us to find A, B, C, D, and the angle BCHE. For you, what always you need to look out for the line that is common in both the letters. So for this plane, BC is common here. This plane, still BC is common. So meaning that your angle of inclination is going to be formed between the flat surface, this flat surface, and where this line BC is. That's how you can identify which plane you are going to use. You look out for the common ones, the common letters or the common line, then go along that line and you draw that plane to complete it. So when you look at those two planes, when you incline them, like I've told you, when you get one black book and you incline it another black book, or like you put it to be at a given angle, you form something like this. And when you look here, you are noticing that you are going to form what we call a right-angled triangle. So for this figure now, when I'm extracting, I notice that my right-angled triangle is going to come like this, where that line is, it goes like this, and then it goes like this. And then when you reach the figure, come find out what is the height of that cuboid. That here I have 5. What about here along that I have 8? So that is the figure we came up with here, and therefore you can apply your tan. Those who want to use sine or cos, first find the hypotenuse. But we are going to do another number. Probably you understand from there. Okay. Now here I come. I want everyone now to find a volume for this figure. That is our part D. Find a volume for this figure. Find the volume. When you finish, put your answer in the chat, what you have come up with. I'm going to just look through the chat. And someone is asking what makes the cuboid. Yes, those two lines are parallel. Those two lines, when you look at the plane, we say that a plane means a 2D. And for 2D, you cannot have a figure that is not having the, let me say, I call it what? You cannot have that figure when one side is tall, another one is short. So always they are parallel, and you have to use you just reason that this is equal to this. Okay, perfect. Everyone has got the answer. Everyone has got the answer. Maybe for those who may have forgotten, we know that length times width times height. Now, you are going to notice that in math, we combine different themes and we combine different topics. You are not saying we are in 3 dimensions, but I'm bringing in a topic of mensuration in senior 2, where you looked at length, volumes, and areas. So that one can be one question, but when it has 2 topics or more than that, you are noticing that this topic we are dealing with, we are talking about 3 dimension, but you are not seeing length, width, you are not seeing I'm asking you for the volume. That one is under senior 2, under the mensuration thing you looked at. You are noticing that we are bringing in trigonometry 1 and bringing in trigonometry 2. Yes, trigonometry 2 is coming. So you will notice that you can find one question, but when it has very many other topics. So that's why always it is very good always to be conversant with all those topics that the teachers keep on teaching you, because one will lead you to the other. Now I want to open my, use this, and then I ask you, but here I may get some challenges, but kindly you let me know whether my whiteboard screen has appeared. Ruth, you let me know whether it is there.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to ask you, we are going to try out the number. Let me write. This is the one I want us to try. And when you're writing volume, don't forget to put the cubic meter. and the angle between Chloe. I'm going to ask members. I don't know who was. Yes, Chloe. I think it is
Okay.
Chloe.
Those are writing on the screen. Ezra, Kennedy, and Chloe first wait so that instructions are given, even Enoch, or else you're going to be removed from the what? The meeting. Just first wait.
Next time, much better. And people for purposes of information, eyes are the rate.
Please don't write. Roman 1, the line AB and BH. I think some people, I don't know what's happening. This is D. Sorry, this is D. That is D. For saying they're not saying anything. Okay. Seems some people are. Okay. Let me do like this. Let me do like this. I can write here, no problem. Yeah. Since some people are writing, we can write here again. So let me hope everyone had finished to write the first question. So you draw your cuboid. So that is our cuboid. We have 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 7 centimeters. So our question was, determine the angle between Roman 1, the line AB and BH. Yes. Hope now everyone can be able to see. Okay. That is our first question. Feel free to put for us the answer in the chat. The line AB and BH determine the angle. Let me look through the chart. Look at those two lines. Okay, 90. Okay, good Josephine, good Ruth, good Bella, George. Perfect. Yes. Now that one just required, when they tell you, that one just didn't require any mathematical calculation. Yes, but they're asking for your knowledge. They're just asking for your knowledge, and I'm happy that people have noticed it quickly. When you look at AB, is this. When you look at BH, is this line. So when you look at them, the angle they are forming at this point is 90. So here, our answer is 90 degrees. Okay, part 2. Part 2, the line BF and the plane ABCD. Let me first invite all of you to try it out. Okay. I want you to first try it out, and then we calculate together. Thank you, Elijah, really, Claire, Paul, Rehema, Scarlett. That is good. So everyone is trying. Yes. But as we try out, I expect you to first find out the distance between B and D. You must be able to find out that. Now, are we on the same page?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Chirabo, Paul, are we on the same page?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Philemon, are we on the same page?
Something, yes.
Okay. I'm seeing some names like Stefan. Yeah. Okay. Matilda, I hope you're on the same page. So I'm asking everyone to try out. Comfort, can you unmute? Want to check out Comfort? Comfort. Comfort, you are failing to unmute. Everyone is trying. That is what. Okay. Someone is telling us Shanita is getting 54. User is getting 8.7. Josh is getting 55. Annette is getting 54.5. Scarlett is getting 54.6. Okay. Tendoxium getting 54.5. Okay. That is good. So the person who's getting 8.7 user. I need to find out. Probably there is a problem. Ochola is getting 54.5. Bridget. Okay. Kawala, Andrea, or Tim. Okay, I'm seeing people in 55. Oh, you thought you were finding the line. Okay. Yes, but still the line BD is not 8.7 user. Also, that line is not 8.7. Okay, someone raise up the hand to take us through. Or line BF. Okay, Thomas. Okay. Anyone? Okay. Yes, Jali Max.
My reply is
Mm.
we make a straight line from F to B.
Good. A to B.
Then also draw a line from B to D. Then find line BD, which is 5 centimeters.
Okay.
Then draw that rectangle. Draw rectangle BDF.
Okay. You
After
draw
drawing rectangle BDF.
Is it a rectangle?
It's a triangle.
Okay, triangle.
Yes. Then use from our triangle, we are having opposite and adjacent. So we shall use tan.
What is your BD?
Anji?
What was your BD? Is it 5?
It's 5 centimeters.
Okay. So you
Then
use...
DF is 7 centimeters.
Okay.
We are going to use tan. Since we are having opposite and adjacent.
Okay.
Then that tan will take us to 54 degrees.
Good. Thank you. Yes, so like Jerry Max has told us, please members, like we have said, always first find out BF, join it, B to F, that is it, and a plane ABCD. The plane AD is this flat surface. So you are not saying that to get the triangle you want, to get this angle you are yearning for, you need to have B to D. But when you look at your triangle A to B, here is 3. And now this one being a rectangle, also this side will be 3. This is 4. So you find this line from here up to here, and here use Pythagorean theorem. So you say my BD squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared, which will give you 16 plus 9, which is 25. So meaning that your BD will equal to square root of 25, and you end up with your answers 5. So your BD here will equal to 5. And now after identify, and whenever you find that you have already 2 on any right angled triangle, there is no need for you to waste time to find the third side. Use those 2 that are there by labeling your triangle very well. That this side is my opposite and I have the adjacent. Then look out for which trigonometric ratio relates the 2. You go back to your SOHCAHTOA. This one should be something very close to your brain. That whenever I have, it is always tan. And you're going to find that most of the numbers we are going to be dealing here with, you'll always involve tan, many of them. So then you come and say tan theta is equal to 1.4. And therefore theta is tan inverse of 1.4. Then you come up with your answer as 54.462. At 1 decimal place becomes 54.5 degrees. So don't forget the degrees. Okay, yes, Kendo. Thank you, Jalima.
Teacher, I thought that we are supposed to use the 3 decimal places, because as if we were told that we are supposed to use 3 decimal places for trigonometric ratios.
Oh, yes. When you place 10, when you place 7 out of 5, which answer did you get on your calc?
No, teacher, I'm saying on the angle.
Oh, okay. Yes. Now the angle, like I told you, first write to many decimal places as you can. But your final answer should be to 1 decimal place. Reason being, when you look at a protractor, because angles are measured using protractor, when you look at that protractor, you cannot be able to estimate 0.462. You can only approximate to 1 decimal place. So that's why we are keeping it to 1 decimal place as our answer, unless they have stated that maybe leave it 2 or 3. Okay. Then the last part to this question, part 3. Part 3. I think let me remove this and I put for you part 3. Yes. And the moment you understand here, even if we bring now the word problem, they are going to be easy because you know how to work out the mathematics. Part 3. It is saying the line BG and the plane EFGH. So I'm asking everyone to first look out for that plane. Don't cramp, because the moment you cramp, you'll find yourself failing. So for you, extract those planes, draw the lines, and then find out. So we are trying. Yeah. When you get the answer, please. Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm allowing you people to try out. Yes, Scarlett, for whatever approach you use, you will come up with the same answer. You will come up with the same answer. Where did we get 5 from? Okay, let me Maxi. Maxi, that 5 came from using the Pythagoras theorem. Using the Pythagoras theorem, that's why we got that answer. Thank you, Josephine. I've seen your approach. Thank you. Mwebaza Jemima, 7.6. Look through it again. Jemima, look through it again. 2.3. Ah. It's the 6.8, that is flour, choose, Ronita. Hey, lemon. Okay, that is good. It was Philemon. Oh, oh. Okay, okay. I think people are almost there. Lonita, Jerry Marks. I think people are there. People are there. Yes, what is important is for you to identify. Anyone finding a challenge, you can raise up the hand. In case you are getting a bit stuck, feel free to raise the hand and then we can offer support. I want those who are failing, in case you are failing to get there. Yes, Liz. Ruth, unmute for me, Liz.
Okay, Liz, unmute.
Okay, teacher, me, I kind of have failed to like get the plane. Yes, I've dropped my line, but then the problem is on how am I going to get it?
Okay, which plane have you used? Have you used EFGH? Liz, let me hope this is the plane you have used.
Yes, I have used that very plane.
Then where did you connect it to? Which digit?
I used from G
To?
From G to F.
Why? Because are you seeing the line they told you?
Oh.
So it was G to B, big G. So I expect that you would have drawn like this. And the angle you are forming is this angle here.
Oh,
So,
thank you, teacher.
So I expect you to have that. So when you look at this height, it's 7 centimeters. When you look at this distance here, it's 3 centimeters. And then you find this. Still you use time.
Thank you.
Okay. So our answer, I expect you to have 66.8. Now people were getting something close to okay, Natkunda Nicole, we have two things you need to distinguish. One is what we call a distance and what we call angles. Angles are measured differently. To measure an angle, we use a protractor. To measure distance, we can use the meter rule. So those two measuring instruments have different degrees of accuracy. So a reading you obtain from a protractor, you record it differently from the reading that you obtain from a meter rule. So that's why we cannot, one, we can write it to 3 decimal places, another one we don't write it. But for angles, I've not told anyone to write it to 0 decimal place. I've said for angles, write to a minimum of 1 decimal place. So you write to 1 decimal place. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah, but we shall expand on that on Saturday during the physics seminar, and you'll see the difference. So here, people, I've noticed some of your answers are not very accurate. So here, the mistake people are making, after finding, let me say it is 7 out of 3, the answer you obtain here is the one that I want you to first write to 4 decimal places. So you say 2.333, and then such that your angle is very accurate. So when you get tan inverse of 2.33333, you'll find your, so having 66.8. Yes, degrees to 1 decimal place. Okay. I think we are good to continue. Okay. Yes, Pal.
Yeah, a teacher. Okay. May I have a suggestion, as in for people who are finding it very difficult when they have a number with like very many decimal places, like for example, 7 out of 3. For us, they told us you can just feed it directly into the calculator, like you can say angle theta is equal to tan, what? Tan inverse, yeah. Then you put in brackets 7 divided by 3. So it will give you a direct answer instead of having to deal with that decimals.
Okay, thank you so much, Pat. Yes. So in fact, that one you get a very accurate answer. Okay, thank you, Pal. Now let us look at another figure. Let us look at another figure. Yes, let's look at another figure. Pass rate, and then we talk about, but I expect everyone now to be able to calculate S. Okay, I think I can start looking through the chat. Seems members have finished. I'm seeing very many answers coming in. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Yes, I think members, we may not do this one. How I'm lost. Angel. Angel, raise up your hand. Angel, unmute.
Mr. Kaziba,
Yes.
allow me also pass this question. Who these of Angel, if I've been keen in the chat, they have been conversing, and now she's lost. No, when I tried to come in, they were rude in their replies, so she's lost. So I'm kindly requesting those who keep in the chat greeting each other should take note, because we all need this knowledge. So if you keep asking the teacher how, we are also lagged behind some of us who have taken our time to pay attention. It's a kind request. So enjoy your friends. Please pay attention.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. So Raquel, Raquel. Okay. So yes, for the previous number, so we are proceeding to the next part. Those who didn't get the answer, I'll use this space to show you how your friends came up with that answer. But always, I want you always, you look at what they wanted. Now for this particular one, they wanted this line SC. And you know, we would find S, when you look at that figure down, is a triangle. You have A, you have B, you have C and D. So A to C is here. You have 6 and you have 8. And this is a right angled triangle. So you apply Pythagorean theorem. So you apply your Pythagorean theorem. So now we are on the next part, the height. We are on the height. Faiza has just reached, by the answer is 10. Okay, Faiza. So we are working on the height. We are working on the height. We are working on the height. Yes. And some of these things they require to think. They require to think. Okay, people have 5, others 12. Okay. We can see where people are going off. Now, one thing you need to notice is if from here, if this is your rectangle, and you have obtained that from here, A and C, oh, sorry, A and C is 10 centimeters. Now this O is the center. When two diagonals meet, the point where they meet is the center. So if from here up to here is 10, it means that in the middle, here where the center is, this distance is 5 and this is 5. This is 5 and this is 5. So in order for you to calculate the height, we expect you to use 5 centimeters here. Now, this line VC on N, or when we are, that slanting thing is what we call the slant length. Yes. So when you find the word slant length always represent those lines. So whenever you meet a pyramid, those lines that are slanting, we call them slant length. Yes. And when you are finding the slant length, our assumption is that those slant lengths are the same. However, when the question says they're different, then it is also very possible. At times, people make mistakes during the construction. Yes. Then this side, VBC, we call it the slant face. We call it the slanting face. So let me just put it somewhere such that people can take note. VC is what you call the slanting. In case mathematically, you can call them edges, slanting edges. When I look at VBC, is what you call the slanting face. Yes. Then VO is what you call the vertical height. Yes, you should just be knowing those words. Okay, I think we are good to go. So this is 5. So I expect here to have 5, and this slanting length, since they are equal, here you have also 13. So you extract something like this. You come, let me use red to show you what I want you to extract. You come like this, extract this, and that. If I told you, so you extract something like this, and this. Whereby here you have 13, here you have 5. Can't you find the height? Or you can use this, any of your choice that you want can really work.
Recording in progress.
I think people have got the answer for height. Oh, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Yes, people having 13, please check out. 13, 14, 12. Paul, I think it is your network. Yes, at times I just keep quiet. Yes, Paul, at times I just keep quiet. Yes, but when it comes to network, always it can be the other way around. When yours is poor and mine is okay, still you can't. And if at all mine is, yes, but what I'm very sure, mine is very strong. I have some strong network with me. So to find this one, please use Pythagoras theorem. Now this one can be your A, this one can be your B and C. So it's a matter of you just substituting in well, knowing that now you have the hypotenuse. So I expect you to say maybe 5 squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. But like I told you now, once they use letters, use those letters that now my height is OV. So here someone who has written OV squared, yeah, your thing looks much beautiful compared to the other person. So that is what I expect you to do at that point. Then you take the 25 the other side, you get V squared is 140. When you get the square root of V will equal to 12 centimeters. Yes. But now this one, at least my assumption that at least you must have an idea. Yes, you must have an idea when it comes to this. Okay, we can continue. Yes, now we are looking at the angle. We are looking at the angle between VB and the base. I want us to first try. Yes, I'm seeing thicker. Okay, okay. I think people of 12 now are okay. Now still we have to first try out. Okay, first try out. Yes, that is it, Rachel. When it comes to angles, what has to come into your mind is SOHCAHTOA. When it comes to angles, remember SOHCAHTOA. Okay, we are trying, first try. I want to see. Okay, I'm saying people have the answers at least. Yeah, yeah, there's some answers coming in. Yes, in case you are not getting them, the 6.3. Okay, 67.4. Yes, now people were getting an answer. How? Yes, now that how part, we said look out for your base. When you look at the figure we have, you look out for that base. This is the base. This is your base. Then look out for VB. Where is VB? V is here, B is here. So I know I'll connect like this. So the angle that I'm forming is an angle like this. If you can look at that structure, whereby this is V, this is O, and this is B. So I'm forming something like this. This is 90. I know VO people got 12. Here you have 13. Here you have 5. So it is up to you. This is the angle they want with the base. So when you use your tan, you use sine, you use cos, for whatever thing you use, since you have all the sides, you'll get that answer of 67.4. Yes, 67. Whatever thing you use, even if you use tan, yes, you must be able to get that. Okay, I think we are there. So people are getting 67. I know your answer should be around here. Those who have used the tan, you will get that. Those who have used the sign, you must also get the same answer. Whether you have used the course, you must also get the same answer. So the answer is the same, 67.38, which you can write as 67.4 degrees. Okay, hope members, we're on the same page. Oh, okay, let me use sine. Okay, when I have sine, I go back to SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA means opposite out of hypotenuse. I say theta is equal to opposite out of hypotenuse. So what will I have? I'll have sine theta is equal to, I look at my angle. The side where your angle faces is the opposite. So this is adjacent, opposite, and this is hypotenuse. So I'll have my opposite as 12 divided by 13. So I go to my calculator, or I can do like how it told us, 12 divided by 13. I'll end up with sine theta is equal to 0.923076923. You can write it for no problem. And therefore, you get theta is equal to sine inverse of 0.9231. So when you place that one on your calculator, you get your theta as 67.38 degrees, which is approximately 67.4 degrees. So whether you have used the sine, tan, what, you'll end up with the same answer. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. The one who is asking for Thomas, you use Pythagoras theorem. You use Pythagoras theorem to come up with that. Yes, you use Pythagoras theorem because you know this is 5 and this is 13. So that's what we used. And we said that being a rectangle, here you had gotten 10 in the middle. This is 5 and this is 5. Okay. We are going to another part. Yes, part 4. Part 4. Part 4. Part 4. Still, we are going to try. What is important is knowing the planes. Okay. We are trying. I expect everyone to first try and we see what we are coming up with. You need to know which plane are going to be intersecting. Yes, but like I told you already, whenever you meet that you have more three and look out for the common letters. That here AB is common, AB is common, meaning that your planes are going to be intersecting along that line. So I expect your line to be intersecting around that area. Then people have started to come up with some answers, which is good. Yes, people have started to come up with some answers. That is good. Let me look through the chat. Liz is lost. Why 5 not 10? If one cross multiplies, can't it work? Don't get. Okay, I'm failing to know what people are not getting clearly. Yes, but I wanted you to first try and then we shall do. As people try to find out which answer. Some people are saying, okay, 58, 76. Okay, I think this one we shall do it together because of the different answers I'm seeing. 52, 76. Okay. Now, still come back to your diagram. Look out for VAB. V is here. V, B is here. A is here. Yes, that is the first one. Then ABCD. I'll come here. I'll look out for ABCD. A is here. B is here. Here. D. So when you look at them, it's like you have something. You have a flat surface here. And you have something like this. So the angle at which they are inclined is this angle here, around here. So in order for you to find that, what do? You are going to come on your diagram, this diagram I've come up with. Since I'm interested in V as well, I'll come here, I draw like this. After drawing like this, I connect V to the center, which is O. Then I draw like this. So I make sure I obtain this what? This angle. How am I going to obtain this angle? I have to find out from O to this point, what distance do I have? I'll come here and ask myself, here I have 8 centimeters. And we know well that if this is the center, this and this is 8. In the middle here, I'll have to say 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Meaning that from this point up this point, you have 4 centimeters. You found your height h as 12 centimeters. So what are you going to do? To find this angle, I'll say tan of the angle, which I can call theta, is equal to opposite out of adjacent. So half my tan theta is equal to opposite, which is 12, divided by adjacent, which is 4. Then I'll continue, and I know that when I say 12 out of 4, I'll end up with my answer as 3. So I'll say tan theta is equal to 3. So to find theta, I'll say tan inverse of 3. So you press shift tan of 3, and you end up with your answer theta as 71.565. And we say to 1 decimal place, I'll write 71.60 degrees. Members, let me hope we are together on that. Yes, people were getting 71.6. That was okay. 67.4. Not really. 76.7. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I don't know where I'm pulling, and other people are getting that answer. Yes. So please, for these ones, come right in the middle. Come right in the middle is where you get that plane. Yes, that angle of inclination. Yes. Because why? Since V is involved, you cannot come and say, I'm going to get here, around here. No. So the proper one is coming here in the middle, come like this, and then come up with that figure like that. Yes, Thomas. Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I thought we are going to use from AV, AB, and BV.
From what? AV,
AV, AB, and BV.
AV, VB. Yes, that's what
We
we are using. Yes, the angle, when those two planes intersect, this is the one you are saying, A and B. So,
our AV is 13
This is what? Yes, when you look
I
there.
think our AV is 13 centimeters.
Oh, but now for you, you're finding another angle. Because when you look at them, when you look at what you are finding, you are trying to find the angle around here. For here, I want you to get a book. When you get a book like this is my book. And you try to draw. When I draw something like this, something like that, you are not saying that when you find this angle, you are finding an angle bigger and an angle far away from where you want to find the V. So you're finding this outside angle. Yet for us, we want the angle when those two planes intersect. So they can only intersect just because I think I don't have that drawing. But I think, let me try to take you back a bit. Where was I having that figure? When you look at these two planes, so in case I want okay, this one may not bring out the figure very well. But when I want, what I'm trying to find is that I've cut off this part and I have cut off this part like this. So when you look at the figure, for you, the angle, what you are finding, I don't know, you are finding something around here. But what we are interested at, this V here, we are looking at the inclination. And this tip is where always you start your right angle from. You always start from the tip. And then you come up with the right angle. So for you, if you don't start from the tip, you are not going to get a right angled what? A right angled triangle. Because even you are going to cut your angle, you are going to cut it like this. If you do like that. Yet we want the whole angle. So when for you try to divide it and you go to the center like this, you are cutting the angle. So it's not a complete angle. Yet we want a complete angle of inclination. So for you, your angle at the corner like this, you have cut it in two. So that's why we don't advise or we don't use this. We always just come and use the one in the middle because it gives an accuracy. The moment you start from this corner and you go forward, it means that you are going to cut your angle. Yes. So your angle, you have reduced it. That's why your answer has been reduced. Hope we are together. Okay. Hope members, we are together. Yes, just type in the chat whether we are together on that point. Yes. Please do not join from this point I'm saying. Yes, I've not gotten what you have done. Yes. Here, the moment you say I'm going to do like this and you join here, you are noticing that your angle is being cut. You have reduced part of your angle, yet your angle is actually bigger than that. So members who have used this, who have come and done like this, and done, I think those are the members getting 60, 67, something like that, who have done like this, and you came and you got this angle here. Here, you have only got this angle, but remember your whole angle was this angle here. So part of this portion has been cut off. So that's why your answer can't be correct.
Teacher, in the chat, there were some questions as you were explaining.
Okay.
This Faizo, is it? Faizo says that when he uses cos, he gets 72 degrees. Okay, teacher, help me. Teacher, help me use cos because I'm getting 72. Then let me see. Another question. Another question is, yes, Luke is asking, can't you use the slant height and use cosine?
Okay. Now, for...
And then the last one from Viva, he was asking, is it also possible to find the height of the slanting triangle, then use it alongside the vertical height of the pyramid to calculate the angle?
Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with... Now, people who are using cos, your answer is... because at times, when you look at those slanting things, at times they may not be so much uniform. In real life, yes, they may not be so uniform, but your answer must be close to this. So here, when they are marking, someone of to 0 decimal place, this is 72. So people having 72, your answer is correct, and 71 is correct. So both of you are always marked. Both of you are always marked. So do not worry about that. That is very correct as well. Then okay. Angle A, how do we find angle ABCD? Philemon, I have not understood angle ABCD because now that is a plane surface, so you cannot find the angle. So the only angle we wanted was to get this, come here, and then obtain that for the vertical height. That was the angle that we wanted. Okay, I think, yes. So Philemon, that is just a plane, a flat surface. Okay. Let me see whether I can give you a number for trying. Oh, okay. This is the last question on that number. Oh, I'm going to change. You wait, I'm changing this to something. Okay, you're right, but I'm changing something. VBD. I wanted, I think, VBD. Put for me here, B. VBD. Yes. That's what I wanted. VB. I think it makes VBD. It is the one I wanted. This is the last part that we are going to work out. Okay. Yes, I'm going to ask you to first come up with your sketch again. Come up with what you think is required. Come up with what you think is required.